Do you know what time it is? Book haul time. Okay, so basically this is the first video, I believe, on my new channel, which is my book channel, and a lot of you guys are probably coming over from my main channel, which is just Jewel Isabel. It's linked down below if this is your first introduction to me. I'm Jewel Isabel, but I was doing a lot of book content on that channel, and originally that channel was supposed to just be like vlogs and like, you know, other creative ideas that weren't necessarily like book videos. And then I was doing a lot of book videos and I was like, wait, I feel like I should have a separate channel for this. And so if you're coming over from the other channel and you're like sad because you're like, oh my gosh, wait, like that means like less content, but just think of it as more content, because like now I'm gonna be posting like at least 7 to 10 videos a month on that channel, and then on this channel I'll be posting probably at least 3 to 10 videos. I don't know. I think this month it's planned for like 3 videos or 4 videos, but we'll see. I mean, I'm used to making a lot of book content, so that is something that I feel passionate towards, so we'll see how many videos I get out. There will be a lot of shorts. I have a lot of cute ideas, and I just wanted to really like go down on like books and writing on this channel, because I'm publishing a book right now, and I think it'd be good to have like a separate channel for that, and my other channel is, you know, vlogs or whatever, and I'll be explaining that on my other channel as well. So if you hear it again, you can feel free to skip on that video. I won't be mad. It's okay. I forgive you. If you guys are new here and you haven't watched any of my other videos, I basically do a book haul every single month of all of the books that I got in the last month. And this version is especially special because it's a book haul with all the books that I got for Christmas and also all the ones that I bought myself, but we're just not going to talk about it. If you watched the other video, no you didn't, because I said in that video, I was like, you know, I'm only going to buy 10 books for myself this month. We cut to a clip in a second. All the books I basically bought at this library sale, and I'm gonna cut it like very short, just like showing the book, I think, because it's a lot of books, and that was like I think 30 already, 30 plus all of the books that I have behind me that you cannot see because I have not let you see them. You've seen them yet? So cut to that. It's December 4th. I bought these books on December 2nd. I am so sorry. I am so sorry, because I specifically said I'm only buying 10 books in December, and it's December 4th, and I've definitely bought way more than that. I'm gonna start crying, but it's December. It's the season of giving, so just give me some patience and love and support, okay? Because I don't know what happened. I do know what happened. Basically, there was this book sale at my library, and so it was like a regular book sale. Wasn't really thinking anything of it. I was like, okay, I'll go, because like I always mention this, I do a side business where I sell books, so I'm like always going to different book sales and libraries and all these different places to get used books, and so that's why I'm always constantly buying so many books for myself, because I'm like, I love to read, so like it all correlates and all like ends up going great together. I went to this book sale not thinking like I was gonna really find more books for myself, more so books that I was going to be selling. And then they did this whole thing where I was about to leave, and then they were like, hey guys, like when we shut down, we're gonna reopen in 15 minutes, and then we're gonna be doing like bags where you can just grab a bag, and then as much as you can fit into that bag, you get all of those books for $10. And I was like, my will to say no went away, because I can't even lift it up. That is pathetic. I bought this whole bag of books. And it's a lot of kids' books, to be fair. So, should we start with these? These are all of my books for the whole month, by the way. There will be a clip after this clip of me going through these. I just need to go through these so I can get them sorted into my room and into different places, because I wasn't expecting to buy this many books at the beginning of the month. And I'm currently putting up my bookshelves and doing all these things, so I need to like be organizing my books, but I can't do that if they're all in like a bag or whatever. Let's get started. So this book, I don't know if I'm selling it or if I'm keeping for myself. I think I want to read through it. It's A Brief History of Time by Stephen Hawking. And then I got this, which I might keep, or I might I might keep it at my house, but just for like nephews and nieces. It's the illustrated children's Bible, and it's really cute and fun, and it's very beautifully done, and so yeah, I just thought I should pick it up. And then I got a Nancy Drew book, but it's because I don't have any of these paperback ones, and it looked really cool, so I wanted it. But it doesn't really go with my collection, but it also sort of does, because it's pretty. And then this one is for my nephew, I think. It's this dinosaur pop-up book, and it's actually the coolest thing ever. I love dinosaurs. Like, ever since I was a kid, I learned as much as I can about them. Like, it's one of my micro obsessions that are so strange but amazing. On that same theme, I guess I should show you guys this, because I decided I kind of wanted to get back into learning about dinosaurs and as much as I can about them. So I got the Handy Dinosaur Answer Book. And I genuinely think next year I'm going to go through this entire thing. Also, I do this thing, like, I want to learn everything about everything. Like, that is a desire I've had since like 8 years old, and I literally started a full briefcase thing where I was gonna like print out different facts about all of these different animals, all of these different things, so that I could just have all of the knowledge of like all of these different like things. And this next year I really want to maybe do a series on all the different things that I'm gonna be learning, because I like learning everything about everything. Then I got Lessons in Chemistry, which if you guys have watched like my recent TBR video, you're like, Jewel, you already have that book. No, that is my friend's copy of the book, okay? That's not mine. I was borrowing it because I didn't have a copy, and now I have a copy so I can give it back to her. And then this is a book that I think I already have. Sounds terrible, but it's A Little Princess, and it has a movie after it, and I really want to watch the movie now. But I need to read the book first. But it's super cute, and it's illustrated very beautifully. Like, let me see if I can find an illustration. Now let's get into this bag of books right here. I don't even know what's in here, so we're gonna get started. Oh, okay, this one is really cute. So this is a circus book by Simon and Schuster. I'm gonna have to search these up and see if they're like worth anything or if they're cool. Oh my gosh, this is the cutest thing ever. And then I got this really nice edition of The Wonderful Wizard of Oz, and it's an illustrated edition. Then I got Goofy Keeps Fit. I love Goofy so much. He's like my favorite Disney sort of character or whatever. And then we got the pop-up Minnie Mouse book, and these pop-up books are honestly just like the most fun thing like ever. Like, look. Hello. Then I got Pinocchio, A Tale of a Puppet by Carlo Collodi, and this one's a little more like classic chapter book Bambi, but this is just the cutest little thing. And then I actually got a young adult book. I believe this is young adult, but it's Wild City. It's Fae of Manhattan book 1, and that sounded very interesting. I read like the little synopsis and I was like, whoa, I love that. So I thought this would be a fun one to read this next year. And then I got these sort of record book things. Apparently goes along with like the book, but I have Bambi here, and then I have the same thing but with Dumbo. Alice in Wonderland. I just love Alice in Wonderland, and this is just like a cute kids like illustrated edition. I needed this because I also love the Three Little Pigs, so I got this edition of the Three Little Pigs. So let's grab it out. Really cute and little and fun. And then I got other little records with like stories. So this is Rumpelstiltskin. And then I got this one, which I've never heard of, but I thought it would be cute to like just listen to it. It's The Elves and the Shoemaker. And then I got this kid's book, which looked really interesting. It's The Magical Paintbrush. And then I got Thumbelina. Oh, this one I might be giving to my sister, but I'm not sure because I also love it because she has always been obsessed with Beauty and the Beast, but I also love Beauty and the Beast. I'm not sure, but I do know that I really like it and it's illustrated beautifully, and yeah. But I don't know if I'm keeping it or if I'm giving it to her. Oh, and then speaking of dinosaurs, not like just now, but like earlier, Dinosaurs and Beasts of Yore. It's like verses and poetry about it. Oh, and then I got this Christmas book, which looked really interesting. It's St. Nicholas and the Valley Beyond, and it's this giant, huge, like Christmas storybook that's like illustrated so beautifully. And then I got this book, which I'm not sure if I'm gonna give to someone, but it's The Big Book of Cats by Gladys Emerson Cook. And then I got, oh, I saw this because I am obsessed with Emily Bennett Browning, I believe is her name. it's the wife of Robert Browning, and I love her poetry, and so I've never read anything by her husband, who is like more famous than her. So I picked up the Pied Piper of Hamelin, and it's an illustrated copy of some verses by him. I thought that'd be like a cute introduction. And then I got this. I have another poetry book by Shel Silverstein, or Steen probably? Shel Silverstein. This one is his more popular work, which is Falling Up by him. And stop. Guys, look, there's a note in the front. For reading to all your little pals, happy Christmas, Jules. Well, first of all, my name is Jewel, and a lot of people call me Jules, so that's like funny. Anyways, yeah, so that just made me 10 times more excited to read this book. Okay, and then the next... How many dinosaur books did I get? I love it so much. I love that I have these now. But I have Dinosaur Time by Peggy Parrish and Pictures by Arnold Lobel, an early I Can Read book. I got this for my nephew for this Christmas because he's like at that age where he's like, he can have books, but like if it's like a paperback book, he's going to tear out the page, and that's fine, you do you, but usually we like to keep the pages inside of the book. Oh, and then I got this book called Green Angel by Alice Hoffman, and this looks so interesting. It's just like a short, like, it almost seems like just like a short story, but it's about a girl whose family was lost in a terrible disaster. She's 15. She's struggling to survive physically and emotionally in a place where nothing seems to grow and ashes are everywhere. It just seems like such an atmospheric read. Is that like what I would say? I don't know. But look at the cover. Like, it just seems so interesting. I just have way too many Peter Pan books. I have Hooked, I have Darling Girl, I have Peter Pan and the Starcatchers, and then I have Peter Pan, and then I have Peter Pan in Scarlet. I have to read them. So it's Peter Pan and Scarlet. Then I got The Child's Rip Van Winkle, which is basically the story about Rip Van Winkle, which basically I read the story of Rip Van Winkle and Sleepy Hollow earlier this year because I actually was in New York and I was at a used book shop, and Sleepy Hollow is like an hour away from New York where I was at, and like it was this whole thing. It was super cool, and I really like the story. Was super cute, and I've actually just heard a lot of people recently been talking about like how much of a classic it is, so it's like, okay, I kind of want to have like more copies of it if I see it because it's so cute and so cool. And so I got it, and I figure this is just such a cute copy to have. Okay, so I got, this is the last book for me. So I got Doll Dreams. This is from 1930. This is the oldest book that I have. It looks like it's a bunch of Anne's Jewel. Stop. The first story in this book is called Anne's Jewel. Sorry, I never see my name anywhere, and so like it always freaks me out when I see it. But you can see that right there. It says Anne's Jewel. But this is just like a bunch of short stories. I think just written by women from 1930, which is crazy. I'm gonna read the foreword later, but I'll figure out what it's really about. But it's a really great copy too, and yeah. And then my camera battery is flashing at me, but the last book that I have is Peter Pan in Kingston Gardens by J.M. Barrie. So this is like the classic Peter Pan story, and it's from 1910. I think I'm gonna give it to my sister. I also might keep it for myself because this is just crazy cool. Look what just like popped out of it. But yeah, this is like the classic Peter Pan story. Now go to the future me where I'm talking about the rest of the books that maybe I got for Christmas or I bought myself. Hopefully there's like 4 that I bought myself. No more. Okay, great. Bye. Okay, so yeah, I got a lot of books already, and we're not going to talk about the fact that I said I was only going to buy 10, okay? Because this new year, new me. Just kidding. I don't believe in that at all. Do not quote me on that. But like, you know, New Year's resolutions. And also, if you just stop your judging right here, if you are judging me for any particular reason, I run like a book business where I sell books. So like when I'm going book shopping, it's not just for me, you know, like I'm investing in other things, and I'm like, well, I'm gonna be making this amount of money. Like if I buy like 5 books for like $5 because I'm getting them at like used bookstores or at like the library for like $1, then it justifies, because like, oh my gosh, I'm selling this book for 25 and then I'm making 25 bucks, and so I can spend $5 on books, and it ends up adding up into like a lot of books, but I'm not spending that much money. But it's like there will be There will be a video that I filmed prior to this, and it's coming out this month as well on this channel, and it's me going through every single book I own, reorganizing my bookshelves, and like counting my books, and it's this whole thing. And in that video you will see how many books I have unread. So like, no, I don't need these books, but also I'm like building a library, okay? Like I need to get to 1,000 books. That's all I'm gonna say. I know I've been talking for a while and you guys are like, we literally just clicked on here for a book haul, not your whole like life story, but you're getting it, okay? I always say this, but I always go out and accidentally buy books the day that I'm filming this because I'm like, oh my gosh, like I should get more books, and then I'm like, wait, I did not need them. So yeah, I'm sorry, I bought 5 books today, but it's fine. Also, I do have a book wish list down below if you guys want to buy me any books, which I know it looks like I don't need anymore, but if you have any books that you want me to like review and then you buy them for me and I review them, then like that's different, you know, because then it's like content and it's like you guys wanted me to read it, so it's different. Okay, so I just got, these aren't books but they're like notebooks, and it's basically this whole like New York Times notebook set. And basically, okay, so the problem is, the reason that I got books today was because my favorite bookstore ever was having a 50% off like New Year's deal. And I was like, well, like I can't not go in and support them. I got this notebook while I was there, like a whole set, and it has like New York, and then it's like New York Times. And I think this would be a really good thing for me because I'm trying to like, you know, visualize getting on the New York Times bestsellers list. So like if I'm constantly seeing New York Times, I'll be like, oh my gosh, I'll be on there. The next book, this one I got as a gift from my mother, is Carrie Soto is Back by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Basically, I've already read this book and it is one of my favorites and I really want to reread it, but I didn't own it because I borrowed it from the library when I got it. And I have annotations like that I took like pictures of that I want to add into this book. Also, let's count the books. 1, 2, 3, 4, 30, 31. How many books did I have? Okay, because there was 32, 62 books. Anyways, so yeah, I'm really excited to reread this. The next book I actually got for myself, but I like wrapped it and then I opened it in front of my family and I pretended like that my parents got it for me because it's like the favorite sister, and I was like, guys, this is proof, this is hardcore evidence. And then I got The Ballad of Never After. I'm so excited to read this. This is just, it's so pretty. It's such a pretty series. That's what I love. One of the things I love about it. Then I have Ace of Spades. This is like, I believe it's a dark academia book. I could be wrong, but, or like it has like fantasy and dark academia. I don't know. I like to go into books blind. So if I ever like say things that aren't necessarily the truth about books, it's just because it's like something that I've heard. You know, I end up loving like a majority of the books that I get, so I don't have to explain that. The next book I have is The House in the Cerulean Sea by TJ Klune. Again, another thing to know is that I'm not great with authors' names, so if I pronounce anything wrong, I'm sorry. But Sarah Caroli just recently read this and she liked it, and the way that she described it, I was like, yes, immediately. But I got this as a gift from my mother. Oh, I also got these. All the last books except for The Favorite Sister has all been gifts from my mother, so another gift from my mother. I'll just tell you guys when the gifts from my mom stop, okay? So this one is Romantic Comedy by Curtis Suttenfeld, and this is, I heard really good things about it. Just, it's such a cute cover. Do I judge books by their cover? I don't know, maybe that'll be a video. And then I have The Poppy War by R.F. Kuang. I read Babel by R.F. Kuang and I absolutely loved it. Like, the quotes that I got from that book are crazy. So I'm so excited to get into this series because I've heard such good things and I've been wanting to read this for the longest time. I believe it's a trilogy. If you guys have read Poppy War, please let me know. I just know it's so popular, and I do know that there's a lot of trigger warnings, but I am prepared to have a good, clear mindset when I go into this series. The next book I got is What Happens After Midnight. This is a romance book by K.L. Walther. I really loved K.L. Walther's The Summer of Broken Rules. That was so good, and I've heard that this one is one of the better ones that she's written. I know that there was one that got like mixed reviews, but I'm pretty sure this was the one that got better reviews, so I'm very excited. And I'm pretty sure it is the boarding school trope, which is so fun. And then the next book I got is Stalking Jack the Ripper by Carrie Maniscalco. This one is a really interesting premise if you guys want to read it, but I have been wanting to read it for like the longest amount of time ever. 2.5 years ago when I like really deep dived into like different books and different genres. This is one of the ones that I wanted to pick up, but I never got it, so now I can, and now I can read it, and I'm so excited to read all of these in the new year. Another book that I've been wanting to read a while, I think I wanted to read this like last January and I just never got it. Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies by Heather Fawcett. I know like it's supposed to be like a cozy fantasy, and I'm so excited, and people have said that like literally just what you hear on the cover is exactly what it's like inside, and this is the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition. The next book I got is The 1 Minute Writer, and this is just basically a bunch of like, I believe like 10-minute prompts that are for writing. The next book I got is Frankenstein by Mary Shelley, and this is the illustrated edition. I have read Frankenstein and I absolutely adored it. I actually have it like specially set out on my shelf like with my favorite books, so I'm so excited to put this one next to it, but I'm also excited to put The Picture of Dorian Gray next to it. I've also read this and loved it. This is by Oscar Wilde, and this is again an illustrated copy, so it's so beautiful, and I actually want to do a reread of it this year because I think I read it for the first time last year, if I'm not mistaken. A sort of funny book that I got was The Little Book of Shakespeare's Insults. So they have a bunch of like insults that like Shakespeare wrote that you could insult people with. Okay, those were all from my mom, so thank you so much, Mother. She also got me a couple other ones that I will show, but this one is from my brother-in-law Andre, because we did Secret Santa, and I asked for these two books which I'm about to show, and he got me them. And he also got me a Fourth Wing sweatshirt. Still crying about it, still processing it, but if you're watching this for some reason, thank you. Okay, so I got the Aragon illustrated copy by Christopher Poloni, and Aragon is one of my favorite series ever, and I want to do a reread of it, and oh my gosh, hi.
We're here. You need to drop everything you're doing right now to hang out with us. Sorry guys, Jules got to go. She'll be back soon though. Cut. Stop now. How do we pause this thing? I brought you your dress.
Oh, yay, I can give you yours if you'd like. Hey, do you want to hear about Aragon? The illustrated edition I got?
I would love to actually go downstairs and read together. Maybe play a game of chess.
Bye guys. Hello everyone. So as you saw, my sister interrupted my video and I want to go to bed. So I'm gonna finish filming this and then go straight to bed because yeah. But I was talking about Aragon, the illustrated copy. You know, I just love it. I'm so excited to read it and do a reread of it. My brother-in-law for Secret Santa also got me Murtag, I'm not sure. But this is also from the Aragon series, but this is the recent book that came out in November, and I haven't read it yet, and I'm so excited. And I'm like actually so excited. Like I miss this series so much. This was also from my mom, thank you. This is the List Lover's Guide to Jane Austen, and this is just basically everything to do with Jane Austen, and I have a main channel video planned with that. Okay, the next book I got is Scythe, which was like a big book talk book for a while. Oh, where are you going? Okay, bye Mally. And then the next book I got is Think and Grow Rich by Neapolitan Hill, and this is like one of the like sort of finance books that everyone should read, I've heard, so I'm very excited to read this. And then the next book I got is Sarah on the Sun Wane, and this book is basically about a girl, from what I know, is about a girl who doesn't believe that she will ever find love, and then this guy comes in and he's like, no, you're my true love and we're meant to be, and she just does not believe him. This just sounds so interesting, and this author I've never heard of, but apparently, like, I mean, she's a HarperCollins like published author, so I'm very excited. The next book I got is The 4-Hour Workweek. This one might be one that I decide to listen to like as an audiobook. The next book I have is Here's to Us by Ellen Hildebrand, and I love Ellen Hildebrand's writing. I've read a couple of her other books, and I'm currently like getting a collection of all of her published books because like I just want to have all of them, set them out on a shelf, and just be like, I love her. I love Ellen Hildebrand, and I have all of her books. 1,000 Places to See Before You Die. And this book was actually sent to me by, I believe, Zach Reads, and I'm doing a giveaway, or I guess it's already passed, so I'm sorry, but I did a giveaway, like sending people books off their book wish list. He was like, let me send you a book off of your book wish list for like hitting 1K on my other channel and like all this stuff, and I was like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. So he sent me Neon Gods, which was on my book wish list, and this is about, I believe, Hades and Persephone. This is another book that I've been wanting to get to for the longest time. I just haven't had it. I definitely will be reading this sometime in this new year, but I'm very excited. Like, it sounds so cool, and it's supposed to be a really good read, so thank you so much. I literally appreciate it so much when any of you guys send books off my book wish list. Like, that's insane to me, so thank you. And don't worry, I will be doing other, like, I love doing book giveaways for like sending people books off their book wish list, so like I will be doing a ton more of those like as I get more subscribers on here and as we hit milestones and things. The next book I actually bought for myself was Love on the Brain by Ali Hazelwood. I got this at a bookshop in like Santa Barbara area, and this book I've actually already read, but I want to do a reread of it because I love Ali Hazelwood. I've read pretty much like all of her books, at least to the popular ones, and so I'm so glad I can finally put this on my shelf with the rest of the ones I have. But I love her writing. Like, no one does romance better than her. I think she's actually probably genuinely my favorite romance author. The next book I actually got the next like 2 books at the dollar store because I was there, and like obviously I have to look at the books there, and this is called Influence by Shira Shepherd and Lilia Buckingham, and this has gotten really good reviews from a bunch of people that I follow. I absolutely love Lisa Jewell's writing, and I mean, obviously, her last name is Jewell, so like she can do no wrong, but I've read about 2 or 3 of her books now, and I've enjoyed every single one of them. Her writing is so great. Maybe I'll do like a whole video reading Lisa Jewell's books that I have. And then the next books are ones that I got from today. So I got Emergency Contact. This book is, I believe, like a, I don't know what to call it, like a messaging romance or like a text messaging romance. And then I got this like little journal. I know this isn't a book, but I got this journal from the Open Bookstore, which was the bookstore that was having like a 50% off deal, and it has a ballerina on it, and it's so pretty. And if you know me, I love journals. I love having so many for different occasions, and I go through them pretty quickly, so it's always nice to have extras. And then the next book I got is The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. I've actually already read this book as well, but I love having, like, I have to own the books that I've read. The Midnight Library I enjoyed. I didn't love it. I'm very, very glad I can have this on my shelf, especially because so many people always like talk to me about this book and want to borrow it for some reason. I'm like, don't have it, but now everyone can borrow it from me and I don't have to be like, I'm sorry. But I did enjoy like the sort of like the general idea of this book, but there was just a couple things that like rubbed me the wrong way. So, and then the next book I got is The Feminine Mystique by Betty Friedan. I really wanted to give it a read because everyone, like, I've just been hearing so many people talk about it recently and want to know everything, and I feel like this is just so many people's like inspiration for so many things. The last but definitely not least book that I got is The Grace Year. From what I know, these girls, once they reach a certain age, I believe they like go into a forest or someplace. No one knows what happens, but for an entire year they're gone, and then they come back and they have to like be normal or something. And so this takes us through like the main character's the main character who is 16, so she's about to go on her grace year, and kind of like that process, and apparently like not all of them make it home alive, and so we get to see like what actually happens. Okay guys, so thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I know I just talked about like 100 new books, but you know, we'll ignore that fact, and you know, it makes good content, and I think that's all that matters for us, right? But yeah, welcome to this channel. I hope you like the idea of just writing and book content on here. Okay, bye guys.